Alright, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. So last time we took care of Jarengoth Thorm here and we looted the Toll House. Now we are going to continue on our way to Moonrise. We're almost there though.
Better not be cursed.
Here's a signpost. Could probably point us the rest of the way.
North Rythwin, East Rythwin Toll House, South Moonrise Towers, West the Waning Moon.
Yep, literally right here.
We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power.
Playtime's over. So, perk up your ears. You and the pup have a new mission.
Apparently everyone wants to
cult
talk.
has gone and grabbed one of Zariel's assets. A devil. And a powerful one at that. They're locked up in the cult's fortress, Moonrise Towers. And you're getting him out.
If this devil is so powerful, how'd they manage to get captured anyway?
Questions! You're wasting my time! Let's see about getting your priorities fixed. Ahem. Clause Z, Section 13. Should promised soul refuse obeyance or neglect duty, the pact holder shall cast the promised into Avernus as a lemure. I'll make it simple. Will fails or refuses, and he turns to a thick blob of stink flesh and sinks to Avernus. You either mount a quick rescue, or you condemn Will to an eternity sizzling in the hells. Sounds like an easy choice to me.
Mizora's words may be flippant, but they are tinged with desperation. She cannot afford for Will to fail this mission. This may be your best chance to negotiate Will out of his pact.
I don't know why that was a perception check instead of an insight check. Also, for those of you who aren't familiar with the monsters and whatnot in D&D, this is a lemur. This is a lemure that she was talking about. I hope I edited this video, otherwise this is going to be really silly because then the pictures won't show up. I digress. It's a different thing. It's a flesh blob. Yeah, Will did express a desire to get out of his pact when I mentioned it before, back in Act 1. So yeah, I think I could possibly try to weasel him out of this. Because she does seem pretty desperate. We'll rescue your asset on one condition. You end Will's pact.
Interesting. Now, why should I go letting my favorite pet off his leash?
Let's see here. Intimidation. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I'm not very good at performance, and history definitely not. Yeah. We could always let the cult infect the asset. I bet they make a most loyal thrall. This is a pretty high-stakes thing, so I think it's worth Tides of Chaos. Guess I didn't need it, but still good to be careful. Jeez, that's a very good roll.
Incredible. You actually think you hold the winning hand? Fine. I'll play your game. But I amend the pact once the mission's done, not before. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favor only upon soulbearer's fulfillment of related obligation.
You've heard of this provision, better known as the You First clause.
Now, get to Moonrise, and do mind the shadows. They've been especially hungry.
Alright, here we are at Moonrise, and now we have to rescue an asset of Zariel's from this place for Will to get him out of his pact. What do you have to say about this, Karlak?
Copper for your thoughts.
Nothing? I'm actually surprised you had nothing to... Oh, no, that's about that. Never mind. I am surprised you had nothing to say about that. We've got some guards here that aren't hostile yet. Surprised I didn't react to Mizora's projection showing up there.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
My apologies. Welcome back, true soul. What news?
Welcome back. I'd never been here before.
My mistake. Your mind tastes familiar. Where are you reporting from?
Nowhere of importance. What news inside?
General Ketherick's advisor went off on a field trip. Zarel's in charge till he gets back.
You'll find Zarel in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
Well then, let's not keep her waiting.
I guess I ought to play along. In her name.
Praise the Absolute.
Okay. So we have a way in now. That is good.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the
Another
secret
true
of the
soul.
Absolute.
The disciple will want to see you through the main doors.
We're gonna have to be careful because those scrying eyes are around by the looks of it.
Each of us threads in her design.
Are you a merchant?
We once called
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me at Here You Are. Karlak, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again. What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
Karlak, who's Flo?
Florenta the Garotta. A Cambion I knew back in Avernus. She was the closest thing I had to a friend. That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight me.
Is she a threat?
Maybe. Probably. I don't know. She's a half-devil. Impossible to read. I wouldn't have given her the time of day, but even I needed a laugh once in a while. What can I say? The bitch had good jokes.
Enough chatter. Your friend gave me 3 soul coins, said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she'd consider it a favor owed.
Soul coins, huh? This could come in handy.
Well, let's have the soul coins then.
Sure. But she did have a condition. For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit. Clever use of her time. Memorized a bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now if I wanted to. You want the coins or not?
Fine, get on with it then.
First coin's got the soul of a woman named Mavery. She was born to a cruel mother, and a violent father, and 3 evil brothers, all named Baldur. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate. Struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Mavery. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
Next coin, please.
This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
Yeah, unsurprising from Zariel, but vile all the same.
Karlach's the one set to consume his soul, I hear. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ungir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins after the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand.
Yeah, there's no point feeling bad for those souls. They were already in the coins, regardless of us hearing about them. But yes, very well. Let's see your wares. Halberd of Vigilance. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good weapon right here. One that I've used in previous playthroughs for quite a while. So bonus to initiative and advantage on perception checks. When you make attack rolls as a reaction to like attacks of opportunity, you can do so with advantage, and it deals 1d10 plus 1d4 damage. What weapon are you using right now, Karlach? This weapon.
Eager for battle.
And Lae'zel has this Sword of Justice. It's a +1 weapon. Karlach's is also a +1. Has this really nice ranged ability though.
I crave blood.
Yeah, this will end up dealing more damage, so I think I want to get this for Lae'zel. It's a bit pricey, but I think that we can afford it just fine. This right here could be good for me. High spellcasting. Gain +1 bonus to spell save DC. Seldom caught unawares. You gain +1 to initiative rolls. So it's just an upgrade. This gives me a free Scorching Ray once per, I believe, short rest or long rest? Long rest. But this will just give me a higher spell save DC, which in combination with this, which gives me a +1 to ranged spell attacks, both of them have been increased by 1 so far. So I am going to wear this. I also put on the Shifting Corpus ring because I didn't have another ring on since giving Lae'zel my Sunwalker's gift. And this will just be good for the occasion that I do need invisibility. Probably not going to use blur too much because it's concentration and it's also an action to apply. But yeah.
Better hope you can handle what I've got.
That's all I bought. I did a bunch of selling too. And then we also got this sulphurous note from Flo here. To whom it may concern, Frug got his head stuck in a butter barrel when his little imp thing tried to help him. They both fell off a ledge into a volcano. I laughed so hard Zariel sent me out of the room. Other than that, you haven't missed much. Though I've sure as hell missed you. Flo. Was that the name of the boy we had just heard about? I honestly forget.
The dreams.
My brothers had the dreams too.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
I thought we've had this conversation before. I've definitely found soul coins in the past, and I don't think I sold them. But very well. Got a coin slot in your heart, or what?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Intriguing. Next time we're in a battle and I deem it necessary, we'll make sure you get one.
Fuck yes. Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
Alright, so we got the 3 soul... Where are those? Or did I accidentally sell them? I don't think... No, they're right here. Karlach got them. Interesting, they are the only ones in our inventory. Okay. And I'm not sure, maybe I did just sell them in the past.
I should speak up.
Now let's have a word with her. She looks like a merchant too.
Ah,
A new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul?
Do you have anything to trade? Okay, she didn't have anything interesting to buy, and I had just sold all my stuff to him, so I didn't have anything to sell. Let's just have a look around here before we go and see the general, just in case things go badly, because you never know. We got in just fine, but who knows, maybe they'll see right through us.
The Chosen's blood.
Yeah, that's pretty grotesque, isn't it? Who are you? Another merchant?
Araj Oblodra, trader in blood and the sanguineous arts. It is a pleasure to stand before a true soul, and your pale companion. I'd like to offer my services, if you're willing.
Yeah, why are you interested in my quote-unquote pale friend? Also, I'm paler than him. But that's besides the point.
Please. You think someone in my line of work wouldn't recognize a vampire spawn when they see one? I trade in blood, and the potions that can be wrung from it. I'm more than happy to make you one, if you'd honor me with your blood. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
What kind of potion is this exactly?
No idea, but it will be unique to you. Your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. We can learn exactly what that means together,
And what exactly will you do with the blood you keep?
Research, naturally. A little experimentation, perhaps. I have an innate curiosity for all things sanguine.
I mean, I've been referring to my blood as tainted before because of this dark urge. Who knows, maybe she'll uncover something about that. Sure, let's do it.
Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. There we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. Although perhaps there's one more thing we could discuss. Your vampiric friend.
Oh, don't worry. We're all friends under the Absolute. I won't bite.
Oh, I'd prefer if you did. I assume he belongs to you?
Excuse me, he's his own person.
I'm sure he really believes that. How utterly adorable. Do you have a name, Spawn?
Astarion, but hold on.
Good. Now, Astarion. I've dreamt of being bitten by a vampire since I was a young girl.
I'm sorry, you want to be bitten?
To feel your life's blood slipping away. To dance on the edge between life and death. Yes, I want it. I'll even compensate you. A potion of legendary power that forever increases the strength of the one who consumes it. It's not for sale, but it's yours if you bite me.
I will have to decline.
Excuse me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you're squandering it.
I gave you my answer.
Can't you talk some sense into your obstinate charge?
I'm surprised, Astarion. I thought you'd jump at a chance like this.
I'm sorry, but could you excuse us a moment? Are you actually asking me to do this? Trading me for some potion? Because there's something wrong with her blood. I can smell it from here. It's rank.
What do you mean? What's wrong with her blood?
I can't say. It just smells wrong. Unnatural. Drinking it wouldn't kill me, but it would not be pleasant.
I don't have all day, true soul.
Yeah, I guess it's up to you, but we could really use that potion. It sounds rather powerful.
Fine. I'll do it. Darling, I've had a sudden change of heart. After all, who could resist such a delectable neck? Hold very, very still.
Incredible. Incredible.
Oh, hells.
Not to your taste.
You're fetid, full of corruption.
I feel exquisite, though. So here's my part of the bargain.
Her blood does
I
look
hope you
black.
find it as satisfying as I found this. It was everything I imagined, and then more. I'll be able to put this to good use.
Elixir of Dragonborn Prowess, Frost. That must be from my blood. And Potion of Everlasting Vigor. That's what we got for doing that. And thank you, Astarion. I recognize that was probably quite unpleasant for you. Let's see here. You have advantage on Intimidation or Persuasion checks. Resistance to cold damage. You can use Ice Storm. Oh, geez. Until your next long rest. Interesting. Okay, then. And what about that Potion of Everlasting Vigor? Where's that? Permanently increases strength by 2. That's going to be for Karlach, because we've been heavily focusing on her constitution rather than her strength. Oh, her strength's actually higher than I thought.
Assume nothing.
Well, regardless, we are going to be focusing a bit more on constitution in the coming levels, so getting her strength up to 20 will be a good idea, I think. So now her strength is 20, and that's a permanent bonus.
Let's get going.
And then I'm not going to use this yet, because we're probably going to take our long rest pretty soon. Now I'm just going to see what she has for sale, and then we're going to go and see the general. Now this would be interesting for us if we weren't going for an armored build. High spellcasting, getting +1 bonus to spell save DC. But we're wearing our armor, and we're going to continue wearing armor going forward. We don't currently know mage armor. It'd be easy enough to get, but I'd rather stick to our armored build. Then right here we have the Ring of Free Action, Unwavering. You ignore the effects of difficult terrain and cannot be paralyzed or restrained. That is just very good in general. And we're going to sell this Ring of Flinging that we have because we're not doing a throwing build. It was just a nice little bonus on the occasion that we would throw. So it's only 1d4. And it's not our primary focus of attack, so I'd rather have her be able to move without being interfered by difficult terrain.
What to do?
Right, now let's go see the General Thorm. The one we've heard so much about.
Here goes nothing.
I'm just going to save because I've made a good bit of progress since the last save.
We did as we was told, General. Followed every order.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
Us? No, it was Minthara. She got the orders. She...
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
You failed to retrieve the artifact. You failed to protect your true soul. You do not deserve to live.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep silent and keep watching.
Mercy, General! Please!
General Thorm?
Let our newest arrival speak. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies, isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You know I'm loyal! Tell him!
Enough! True Soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Right now, Rav is thinking, yeah, you guys were loyal to the cause, but that's why I don't want you to keep living. They were a big enemy of the tieflings that we were trying so hard to save in the first act. So, just kill them. They're worthless.
Lies! I serve served the Absolute. I did everything I was told.
And there you have it. We are too close to the ending and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them, quickly.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
Damn, good throw. And he is not amused.
I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
Try again.
I guess what they say is true. He is invincible.
Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, let us take advantage of our surprising guest and their particular creative genius. I'm sure the results will send a clear message to the troops on the importance of discipline.
Of course, my lord. Thank you.
That's a really impressive introduction to Ketheric.
You heard the general. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish.
So I'm really allowed to do anything to them then.
They are yours. You can release them, kill them, or feed them to each other for all I care. Just deal with them. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command.
Didn't you just say they were outside of your control?
Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake!
You say that like I remember who you are. This might be a good moment to just release some of this pent-up urge. Who knows, it might actually help us going forward if we indulge here, because we're gonna kill these guys anyway. I don't want them to live. They were serving the Absolute faithfully, and that's why I want them to die. So let's just vent a little bit of this pent-up murderous instinct on them. Split yourselves open, crack, crack, and smile while you work.
No! Please!
I'm not seeing a smile.
Done. Nice and neat. Now, let's report to the lovely Zrel.
In another lifetime, you were greeted in this throne room like a god, not the living wreck you are now. Your disgrace has something to do with this Ketheric. You yearn to flay him until he forgets himself, as you have.
Interesting. Very interesting. Some echo of memory. Yeah, I think it's best I suppress the urge now. Creating a scene is not going to answer my questions, and it will only get us killed.
With difficulty, you banish the pooling evil that bewitches your quivering limbs. Perhaps parts of you were scattered in this spire. Time to knit yourself together.
The seat of the Absolute's power, occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood. We must learn more about his power.
Right then, we probably should go up and speak to Zrel, not keep her waiting. Okay, we've got another scrying eye up here, so we need to be wary of that. There she
General
is.
Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciples Rel?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No. Better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. A pool of warmth spreads through your mind as she settles on the memory of you commanding the goblins to die.
Oh, I like you. That was inventive and efficient.
Well, I'm glad that she didn't find the memory of me fantasizing about killing Ketherick there for a moment. That might have been a bit, yeah, bad if she found that. Yeah, honestly, a child could have done it. It was that easy.
And what a fine child it would be. But you didn't come here to tear the wings off insects. You came here to answer the Absolute's call. Let's see what you're made of.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
Please stop licking my brain. It's kind of creepy. I don't have romantic desires. Fake it, fill your mind with love for the absolute. That's probably the best option, I think. Lash out with the atrocities I've conducted. I don't remember a lot of atrocities I've conducted, and there was really just, what was her name? Alfira. I guess there was Gale too, but that was a really brief, fleeting moment. Yeah, I think this is the best option here. Fake it and fill her mind with love for the absolute. No, I'd probably best not use friends on her. If she realized I enchanted her, that could turn the whole tower hostile, I think. Yeah, favorable beginnings is coming in quite handy, I'd say.
There is a tremor of shared ecstasy as she finds a mirror to her own desire.
Perfect. You crave what all true souls should, to be touched by the Absolute. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted.
Such as? Perhaps a demonstration is in order of this power that you were given?
Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought.
Okay, definitely don't cross Zarel then.
But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
Shush. That's a stupid question. We just witnessed it. Well, it so happens I have a price. So, what's your mission? What are you gonna give me?
Her presence in your head again. She grips your mind, squeezing until your vision blurs with pain.
Ow.
The Absolute's blessings have far greater value than any price you could name. Be wise. Obey.
Yeah. Apologies. What do I need to do then?
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home.
And what if Balthazar's dead?
Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters.
Okay, then. Yeah, I hated Nier in the Underdark. He sought the same thing Balthazar does.
Yes, and he failed to find it. Little wonder he hasn't returned here. You've seen how the General deals with incompetence. They bleed. No doubt he's chasing after Balthazar in the dark. I hope he finds him. They're likely to tear one another to pieces. If they do, Balthazar will pull himself back together again. Nier won't. His usefulness has expired. But your utility to our cause has only just begun.
So, everybody is extremely disposable to the cult, then noted. Yeah, what exactly is this relic he was sent to receive?
It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
She's suddenly nervous, on edge. Talking about the relic makes her anxious.
Talking of this relic makes you anxious. Why is that? It's a pretty high DC. We need to roll an 11 or better, and, no, I'm not going to use that. No. Do we have 4 inspiration banked? Because if so, I'll use 1. Yep. Okay, yeah.
I am in awe of the power the relic must hold to be of such importance. General Thorm will not leave Moonrise without it.
Interesting. Okay, well, the relic is vital to Kethric's plans. You should be giving me more support in that case.
Fine. Talk to the Bugbear Quartermaster. Tell him he's to share my secret stash with you.
Ooh, more goodies to possibly buy. Understood. I'm ready to head out.
The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them.
Nope.
Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
Ah, lovely. I think that answers all of the questions I had about the type of person Balthazar is. Well, we don't need a moon lantern because we have this pixie blessing that will just protect us indefinitely. But I think it's a good idea to still have a look in his room nonetheless. Perhaps to learn more about him. Ah. This is rather grotesque. Ooh, another Githyanki disc.
The disc appears in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too, and considers the vision.
Quite similar to the boy's slate from the crash. The tissue are enciphered, but I see the pattern. It's another story about Orpheus.
All right, let's hear it.
I'll translate then. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver, that his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon Ephelemon. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy.
Your halberd's blocking my face.
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son, Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more.
Who is the great red dragon of Ephelemon in this story?
Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith I would preside as Queen of the Githyanki. The Felaman remains the Queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now serves.
So he's the current Vlaakith's consort then. Interesting. But could Orpheus really be alive, do you think?
It is not just improbable, it is impossible. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the Fell Prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself, and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Githraki.
Are you so sure the story about Orpheus's death is true, though? We've learned a lot about Vlaakith's lies, and those lies might predate the current Vlaakith, for all we know. But I don't really know. I don't think I'm smart enough to come up with that answer, Lae'zel, so let's change the subject.
Anything more?
Yeah, that's all. Alright, well that's where I'm going to end off this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.